soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but they still intend to keep using them.
Ai, meu Deus. Acho que eu sei. Acho que eu lembrei dessa cena.
Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile.
Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this.
Fala galera, como é que vocês estão? Tudo bem? Aqui é o Cezinho e bora para mais um episódio da nossa série de Genshin Impact. Se você não conhecia o canal, já desce aqui, já se inscreve, já deixa seu like, deixa um comentário e se você puder compartilhar o canal, eu vou agradecer demais. No último episódio então, a gente percebeu que o TP, o nosso colega e outras pessoas do exército estavam usando uma arma meio estranha. A gente descobriu que são os Fatui por trás desse apoio misterioso, só que eles estavam usando também uma ilusão que drenava a vida das pessoas que estavam usando essas armas e a gente viu que ele envelheceu bastante. Agora a gente tem que saber qual vai ser a providência que a QUEM vai tomar. Bora falar com ela.
How's Tepe's condition? I have put out the order to seize all delusions. The vast majority are showing some loss of vitality, but nothing serious. Sadly, a few have been.
Your Excellency, I'm planning to establish a dedicated field hospital to monitor their condition. The soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but they still intend to keep using them.
Okay. I'll leave you to deal with the situation. I have to get to the front line. This whole fiasco is certain to be a blow to morale. If the Shogun's army attacks now while we're scrambling to recover, it could well undo everything we have achieved so far. What are your thoughts? No, it's too dangerous.
Faz sentido que a gente queira isso, né? Porque eu saí tão bravo ali na frente do TP, né?
The Sakoku decree is still in force. So their delusions must be produced within Inazuma's borders.
Ah, então eles devem estar
To organize
produzindo
an
em algum lugar
operation
aqui,
of
né?
this scale, they will have had to mobilize a huge amount of manpower and resources. They can't have done it without local support. If we want to stop them, we have to destroy the factory where the delusions are made. But it's sure to be heavily guarded.
Mano, deixa comigo, velho. Eu conto como um exército inteiro.
At least take some troops with you.
Your Excellency, given the urgency of the situation, we were hardly discreet when confiscating the delusions. The Fatui are sure to take notice. If we spend any longer amassing our forces, they will get wind of our plans and make their escape.
Sim.
Very true.
Isso se eles não decidirem atacar a gente também, né?
Let me think. I gave this some thought while you were confiscating the delusions. The side of the factory must be big and secluded, but close enough to a transport route to ensure the supply of raw materials. Not many places meet these criteria. And if we take the locations where our soldiers receive their delusions into account as well, I suspect the site is likely to be the cliffs, near the ocean at the southwest of Yashiori Island. I'm not going to stop you. But please, be careful. We have lost too many courageous fighters already. I don't
Mano,
want to
olha a
lose
minha
you
cara
too.
de putaço. Parece que eu entrei pro clã Uchiha, tá ligado?
You mean to the delusion factory?
Até a Paimon tá assustada com o quanto de coisa que a gente vai fazer.
Mas eu tô com nós mesmo, velho. Tem que ir lá e descer o cacete e pegar os Fatuis.
Mas vocês vão pagar, velho. Mas vocês vão pagar. Pode vir todo mundo já. Já vem vocês tudo aí.
Written in the stars. So, is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal marrow. Now where have we seen that before? Wait a second. Are they getting this from retail? So the Conjure Commission are...
É verdade, essa medula aí era do carinha que não queria deixar a gente sair da ilha lá. Lembra? A gente ajudou a filha? Filho da puta, ele tava mancomunado com os Fatui. Demanda resistência pela ilusão, iniciar a intensidade da guerra. Então eles de propósito estavam querendo que a guerra continuasse. Nossa, então eles também estavam ajudando o outro lado. Deixa eu ver quem tá por trás disso. Ai, meu Deus. Acho que eu sei. Acho que eu lembrei dessa cena.
building. You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
So, you're another Fatui harbinger? Like Senora and Child?
Senora and Child. I didn't know you and my two least reliable colleagues were acquainted. I'm the Balladeer. Number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. Delighted to meet you, oh mighty traveler.
Puta, mano, ele é muito B10 com esse visual. Em inglês é balladeer, né? Que é tipo alguma coisa com bailarino, acho. Mas em português fica escaramuche.
So many visitors today. To what do I owe the honor? Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing. Didn't have you down as being so weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. Human life is worthless.
Que isso,
They
velho?
were always going to die, with or without a delusion. At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests.
Então foi influência dos Fatui que o decreto começou?
Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. Now we just let the promise of power draw in
Mano,
the
eles tinham
weak.
arquitetado tudo pra poder
For
fomentar a
just a small
guerra.
price,
E sendo
they
fornecedor
get
de
the
guerra
feeling
ganhar
of
muito dinheiro.
controlling the world, trading their life for supreme power. Pretty good deal.
So, the Fatui started the Vision Hunt decree? You've been behind it all along?
From the outside, Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable. But on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort,
Velho.
we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause, just like a bubble on the water. Beautiful for a moment, then total destruction. The more it
Mano, eu não
takes
sei o
from
que
them,
falar, velho.
the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more incompetent they are, the more determined they are to fight it. It's such a farce.
Hey, calm down! No!
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
Era Miko?
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh? You recognize me right away. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news.
Mano, eu tô muito perdido. O que tá acontecendo?
It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Miko? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways.
Perdido do que tá
This is a
acontecendo.
human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll see what I mean.
Right! Paimon the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the Balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant? Would you believe me?
Não.
Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me, no?
Eita, preula.
Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought. I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words.
E que ações
The
você precisa?
delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they? You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also issued a strict ban on the use of delusions
Você tá do
across the
lado
whole
da
army.
Kokomi?
With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the Balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleagues' behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine.
Sim, isso a gente concorda
Well,
pra caramba.
anyway, that Songonomiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person. But alas,
Outra?
belief systems can be
Vocês já
such a
tiveram uma?
hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you can focus on something I need you to do for me. You've met her, right? I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes?
O que é? Marionete?
Yes. The true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being.
Ah, é verdade. Tá, lembrei um pouco do enredo. Deixa eu explicar, só porque talvez vocês fiquem perdidos, tá? Aquela pessoa, aquela coisa que a gente viu lá, que ia pegar a visão do Toma, na verdade é uma marionete da Shogun Raiden. A verdadeira Shogun Raiden é aquela que tava meditando quando a gente foi transportado pra um outro campo e a gente viu ela abrindo o olho, eu tentei lutar com ela não tomava dano quase, não sei o que. Enfim, volta aí uns episódios e vocês vão ver. Então ela... E aquele deve ser o plano da Eutimia pra ela preservar seu ser, onde ela
Her
medita.
name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So,
Caramba, que
that
doideira.
place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity.
Ah, entendi.
This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity. You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Valeeeu's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhang Li was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room. Don't you think?
É um ótimo jeito
The
de ver
grand
também.
notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The fear of loss. The truth is, we are on the same side. You want
E
to
qual
save the
lado que você
people of
tá?
Inazuma from the Vision Hunt Decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it.
Ah, é
The
verdade,
key
ela era
is
uma
that the
amiga
plane
muito
of
próxima, né?
Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? To
Ah,
abolish the
beleza, então
Vision
ganhar
Hunt?
de uma deusa no plano que ela criou.
Not by talking her out of
You're a fast learner.
Nossa, que plano
In
incrível.
short, this is the last chance to get Inazuma back on track. Otherwise, an eternity of darkness awaits.
Muitas vezes essas perguntas elas se completam, tá? Então, tipo, a pergunta que ele tem ainda é porque eu, não é que ele vai perguntar depois, tá?
Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of Euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you could appear there tells us one crucial thing, that you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen an individual who is so unpredictable in
especialzão
the
aí.
face of eternity.
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, no one even knows what it looks like in there. Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this.
Caramba, muita
To
coisa tá
that
se
I
encaixando
say,
muito rápido nesse episódio, né?
Well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Wait, you're
É
leaving?
verdade, quando a gente primeiro conheceu ela, ela falou, né, que ela não queria que a gente decepcionasse ela e tal.
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you.
Treinamento anti-Shogun Raiden. Mas é isso, galera. A gente vai terminando o episódio de hoje por aqui. No próximo episódio, então, a gente vai ver como é esse tal de treinamento anti-Shogun Raiden. Muito obrigado pra você que assistiu até aqui. Confiram se você tá inscrito, se você deixou o seu like, deixou um comentário. Compartilhe o canal se você puder. E é isso. Até a próxima. Valeu, galera. Valeu. Falou!